Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Empower Team call. My name is Mindy Wender and I'll be your co-host-ish today. I'm going to be speaking today with Tara Bialek. I'll introduce her in a second. But first of all, I just wanted to say welcome to the Empower call. If you are new to this call and you're a new coach to our team, welcome. Just so you know, we have this call every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. So make sure you mark your alert in your phone. If you're busy at 11 a.m. Central Time, make sure that you're scheduling somewhere in your week, just like I recommend you do for the National Wake Up Call. That's on Mondays. If you can't get on live to something, that's always best to get on live. But dude, I worked full-time for a year and a half when I started my business. Tara was working as a teacher when she first started her business. We get it. Sometimes these calls you're unable to get on live. Just make sure you're scheduling it in your week so you don't miss these calls, because Tara and I really think through who we're going to be having guest speak on these calls and what information we want to share with you. Because guess what? Tara's going to be talking about this in a second too. But this business has changed a little bit. The social media is always changing. But what we promise to always deliver on this call is the most up-to-date information. We are in the trenches with you, and we want to make sure that we're sharing what is actually working real time for us. Not that worked last year, the year before, whatever. We want to share what's working now for us, and we're bringing on coaches who are in the trenches as well. They're having success now in their business and they're sharing their best practices. So this call, you're definitely going to get that. But even more than that, this call is going to be about just empowering you in all areas of life. We want to speak to you with that. So some days it's going to be, or some weeks it's more about business. So other weeks it's just can be something that can be related to any area of life. Okay, that's why we wanted to call this the Empower Call. Okay, so last week, I'm trying to think of what the call topic was last week, but just go to the Team Go-Getters accountability group to get the recording for that call. And then next week, I believe it's next week, we're going to have Tara Bialek will be hosting, and she's going to be, our guest speaker is going to be Janelle Summers. So you're not going to want to miss that call. Okay, so today what we're going to talk to you about is branding yourself or building a brand and business on Instagram. And I know that we said Instagram, but Tara and I are going to share with you how this can apply to a blog. This can apply to Facebook. This can apply if you wanted to start a YouTube channel and sharing information there. The stuff we will share today can be applied to any social media, anywhere in your business, okay? But we're really going to focus and stay focused on Instagram for today. But I just want to let you know, make sure you're taking notes because this can be applied to all areas. So first of all, I'm going to introduce Tara, and she's going to kick us off for today. So Tara is actually my personally sponsored coach. She has been a coach for 4 years, 5 years, 4 years. Tara has been, and you guys know Tara, but just in case you're a newer coach and you're unfamiliar with her, she joined, you guys. She went diamond in 60 days. She just kind of got it. And I saw something in her from day one. Now, since then, I mean, she's a 4-time elite coach. She's a superstar diamond coach. I mean, like, she is crushing it in the business. What rank were you out of all the coaches in 2018? What for elite 2018, Tara?
60 something. I don't remember. 60.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty incredible. So, I mean, that's proof right there that she is working this business. She's in the trenches, and it's not like she's got her feet up on her desk and she's telling you what worked for her back in, 2 years ago. She is doing this real time now. Okay. So, and also Tara obviously is a mom of 3 children. She was a teacher. She was able to quit her full-time job. She's a 6-figure earner now. She's a new member of the Millionaire Club. So like, we need to take notes when Tara is speaking. Okay, so Tara's going to kick us off right now. She's laughing. Tara's going to kick us off right now, and then we'll kind of bounce back and forth. Go ahead, Tara.
Okay, I'm really excited, you guys. Okay, so first I want to say my lighting is terrible. I don't know why, but I wanted to just kind of say all those things that Mindy said, like how I got there was consistency. But not only consistency, it was like when things weren't working, I figured it out. Like Mindy and I are we just think ahead. We think like business owners, but we weren't that way from the beginning. Like you grow into this, right? So if you're a leader on the team, and you're growing in this business, you need to be thinking ahead and thinking, okay, what am I going to change? Or what am I going to look into? What am I going to research? We research what we're going to be talking about today. We follow people, we study people that are successful on Instagram and Facebook, and not only coaches, but people in general, bloggers, all of that. So I was thinking, and I shared this with my leader, so if you heard it, I'm sorry. But I'm actually going to switch this because the lighting's going to just keep on going on and off, on and off. Okay, this is better. So I shared this with my leaders, and I was just kind of like, okay, Tara, put yourself in you're not a coach. You're just on Instagram kind of surfing around. Like I love Instagram because it's so creative and you can kind of totally be yourself and build relationships and start conversations. And it's not so daunting like Facebook could be. So I do love Instagram. So I'm like, okay, I'm a mom, I'm teaching. That's my avatar, right? I'm on social media, kind of checking things out, following cool people that are posting really, nice stuff that I'm interested in. Okay, so think about what you're interested in, and say someone reached out to me. Okay, I always think of Jen Richardson, and if you guys don't know who Jen is, she's on our team. She's an amazing coach. She does awesome on Instagram. She's very creative, takes great pictures. And she does have an Instagram training on the Champions page. So I would definitely recommend that. But I would be following her because her stuff is really pretty, right? If she reached out to me behind the scenes and was like, hey girl, and we started building that relationship, I would be flattered. I would be like, wow, this girl's so cool. And with what she's posting and her stories, and she just seems like my type of person. And then if she reached out to me and we built that connection, I would be like, and she's totally normal, totally real. Oh my gosh. If she asked me to become a coach on her team because she saw X, Y, and Z in me, I would be like, heck yes, I love you. I want to be part of your community. This sounds like so much fun. I love her vibe. Like I could, and not that I would think that I could do what she does, because, as a new coach, we don't think we can. We're like, okay, well, let's try it. Let's do it, and we're scared, but I would be so in. Now, and this may offend people, but guys, here's the thing. I really want to keep this real. Okay. We need to set ourselves apart. So if I was that same person and I was on Instagram and someone reached out to me and they were posting pictures of them working out, and that's it, sweaty selfies, you with your bands, and that's all the content that was on your Instagram page with a shake. And they reached out to me and started building a relationship, talking, and asked me to become a coach with them, I'd probably either ignore it or gently say, no, that's not my thing, because I would just be like, you know what? They're just another one of those people, another one of those coaches out there. And I don't really vibe with that. I don't want to just post all that on my social media. That would not be my thing. Okay. I'm just being honest, guys. Yes, it's important to show up in your health and fitness journey, but there's certain ways to do it. Okay. And I want to say this now. We're going to get more into this whole thing of how to, but a lot of the stuff that you guys, and I was the same. I had to change mine. We were posting belongs more on your stories and not on your Instagram page. Okay. Your Instagram should look like a magazine. Now, with that being said, we're going to get into all of this, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to teach you, we're going to simplify it for you. But I just want to challenge you guys to listen to what we're saying with an open mind, and don't think that, I don't have time for this, or I don't know, I'm going to do all my stuff on Facebook. No. You are a business owner. You have a team underneath you, or you have a future team that's going to join you. You need to step up and start learning and applying. As your business grows, things are going to change. You have to be open for change, or you're going to stay stagnant and never do anything with this. Okay. So be open to what you're hearing today. And if you really dive into it, it's a lot of fun. All right, Mind.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, because I feel like it was a little bit when I started to learn more about like really making this like a creative outlet and really being very, like my posts be more thought out. I was like, oh, that's just not me. And Tara even said the same thing to me. I'm like, look, this is what I thought because she said this to me, and I was like, I thought the same thing. But then really, like this is your business, and you have to pretend if you have a big vision for your business, that means that you need to treat yourself like you're going to have 50,000 followers, that you're going to have a business that has 100,000 followers and more and more and more throughout the years that you're a coach. I mean, I plan to be a coach. Like I don't ever plan to stop being a coach. So like if I'm creating this brand, I want to really take it seriously. I have a lot of eyeballs that are on me now, or for you guys that are just starting out, that will be on you. So, and if you're trying to get followers right now, you have to think they're going to go to your page, they're going to look at your stuff. And if you have like you at your best, polished, it's very pleasing to the eye. It's and it really represents you. We're not trying to tell you to do anything that isn't you. We want it to be your page to represent you, your brand at its best, like the polished version. Okay. And like Tara said, the other stuff is for Instagram stories, and you're going to get a lot of business through Instagram stories, just because it's you sharing the real deal life. But at first glance, we want your feed, your Instagram picture feed, to look a certain way. And you get to pick that certain way, by the way. We're not going to tell you what way it should look. So I'm going to actually talk to you. I'll talk to you real quick, and then I'll go to screen sharing, because I want you to actually see what we're talking about. I'm a visual learner, so I feel like maybe some of you are too. So I'm going to talk to you about this, and then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So here's what I want you to write down. You're going to decide, this is a really creative part of this. You get to decide this day moving forward who you are, what you want people to see you as, what is your brand. And it doesn't matter if you already created a brand on Instagram. I'm rebranding myself. So you can make it like almost like a party, almost like I'm doing like a 5-day giveaway. So 5 days of giveaways of my favorite things. Each day I'm going to be posting in a certain way that Tara's going to talk to you about a formula. So it's going to be like, there's no, what do I post today? You're going to know what you're going to post today. And it's like business is going to become so much easier for you. Okay. But before we get into that, I want you to think about like what are you passionate about? What do you want to post about every day? What value do you want to add to other people? Some of us will have the same things with like a little bit of tweak of our own thing. Like not everybody's a Disney freak. I have Disney as a part of my brand. Disney, I'm a Disney freak, and Disney's going to be a part of my brand. But as I'm doing this rebranding, because I already had a brand, dude, I've had an Instagram account for 8 years. I've changed over the 8 years. So of course I evolved and my brand has changed. So why do I keep posting the same old crap to the, whatever. If people unfollow me because I'm changing, that's okay with me. I want to connect with people who get me, who are like-minded, right? So that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing 5 days of giveaways, and each day, like yesterday was a food post. Like it was a post that I'm not in, and it was like a staged meal of mine. And yeah, I had to take some time, and Tara said, oh my God, I would have died watching you take that picture. I'm like above my table. And that's funny. Now that would be something, watching me take that picture, that would be something I put on my Instagram stories, because that's like the real deal behind the scenes. That's the way you got to think of this. Instagram stories is behind the scenes, real deal, still adding value, throwing out call to action invites, but then all the rest is just like real deal life stuff behind the scenes. Your post though is that beautiful foodie picture that nobody knows how you took that, but it looks like it's from a magazine. Not saying mine did, because I'm new at this. I don't care. I'm putting myself out there. I'll grow and learn and whatever. But then with that, because nutrition and how food, God-made food, is healing and good for you. That's going to be part of the way I'm going to add value to other people because it's my passion. So that was my post, and the giveaway I'm doing is a 1-day juice cleanse. Do you guys have to give away like a 1-day juice cleanse? No, but that's one of my favorite things, is doing an urban remedy. It has nothing to do with my business, Beachbody. It's not like I'm giving away Shakeology. I don't want to do anything that's going to look self-serving for my giveaways, but I'm doing the juice cleanse because it's something that I'm into. Okay. And people have been following me. They know that I love urban remedy. They know that I've been doing these juice cleanses. Not that I'm like a huge juice cleanse person, but like once a quarter, maybe once a month, I'll do these. Okay. Now let's just say I'm doing something, another staged picture, and I'm doing like my favorite primer. Because another part of my brand is natural makeup, chemical free soaps, makeups, skincare. People, that's the thing. Other than coaching and stuff, they always ask me for my skincare stuff because people are wanting to get away from the chemicals. So they're like, what do you use? Your skin looks great. What do you use that doesn't have chemicals in it? So that's another part of my brand that I'll be sharing. So more natural, chemical free, a little bit of crunchy mom stuff, nutrition, Disney's in there, fitness for sure is definitely going to be a part of my brand. Okay, so that's my brand. So I'll do giveaways maybe of my favorite, 100% Pure is my favorite brand. I'll do a giveaway of my favorite primer. But do you see how I'm kind of talking about like all these different layers to what I'm passionate about, who I am, and I didn't even mention Beachbody yet. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So here's the homework for you. I want you to write down 5 to 6 different topics, different categories, if you will, that is just going to represent you, who you are. And don't put it out there, like write it down. Even if you write down 10 things and then you're going to circle like your top 5, because you can have more than just the 5. Like Disney is probably like my 6th because I'm not always at Disney. I'm not going to always, but like Disney is definitely part of who I am and part of my brand. Okay. So I want you guys to brainstorm on this. You're not going to be able to do it well, maybe you can, but probably not live while we're on this call, but you will eventually, when we get off this call, you can finish it. I'm going to actually go to sharing as Tara's taking over, but you're going to think of 5 different things: fitness, nutrition. But then what else? What else do people come to you and ask you questions about? Or what do you want people to come to you for? Tara, when you talk, could you, I'm going to start sharing my screen, but when you talk over your stuff, can you just share your top 5 too? So they get a sense of what yours are too. Okay. I'm going to keep mine presenting though, because I'll be sharing my screen.
Okay.
Okay. So, can you guys see this?
That's Jen. Yes.
Yes. You see this? Okay. Keep talking and then I'll go through whatever you're saying. I can kind of
so guys, look at this. I just want to show you guys something. We're going to be talking about taking pictures. So as she goes through these people's pages, you can see that there's a theme. Okay. So a formula, like Jen's into, okay, looking at this, I can see she's into yoga, right? Mom life. Keep scrolling. She's really into fashion. I know that because I follow her, and look at her fashion, her lipstick, her, she talks about her clothes and where she gets them from, right? And I know she's into like wellness, like whole, eating whole foods and all of that. So here's the thing. You guys really have to like pick your top 5, and then you're going to develop a formula of how to post towards those top 5. So for example, like part of hers is mom, see her with the boys, like obviously they're into fashion. Look at how cute they're dressed, and she probably shares something in there. But you want to make sure when you develop your top 5 that, for example, and mine are fitness, nutrition, obviously foodie or whatever. Faith is like my top 1. Mom life or warrior mom is another one, just like Mindy's, like teaching families how to eat better and live better. And I love interior design or decor. So that is one of mine. So what I'm going to do is use those and post in that kind of order. I do not want 2 PDs or 2 like faith things, write 1, 2. Okay. So this is Nikki Whiting's. And as you can see, her vibe, do you see? Okay, we'll talk about this in a second. But when you take the picture, see how she has one picture of her face. And then she has a body picture. Okay, so it's not, her whole page isn't like selfie, face selfie. It's picture of her face, body picture, full body, then from the top up, you know, from the belly up, and then it's a quote. See how it changes. The reason for this is because if you guys, if someone is, you know, looking like you're doing the work behind the scenes and finding people and liking and commenting on people's stuff, and then they look at your page and it's selfie, 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 like face right on, like they're going to be like, dude, she loves herself or something. Or if it's workout picture, they're going to be like, oh, she's just another coach. Like really, like, but if you look at Nikki's, you're like, wow, dude, she's fit and she seems fun. Like I would totally follow her. Look at her fashion, you know, whatever, because she's into that. If I was into that, she would be someone I follow. Okay. So also you can see with her pictures, they're darker. See how her vibe is a little that darker edge? She's using the same filter on all of her pictures. So you have to come up, and Mindy's going to talk about editing after. But let me just tell you guys. So for example, if I was going to do a picture of myself, my face, and I was going to do like a faith quote over my face or right here, like on my chest, or I was just going to put the quote in the comments, it would be full face, right? Or me looking down, whatever. But you want to make sure the picture is taken in a lighted area. I would recommend, I have a great room with a lot of windows, or go outside. You guys can take pictures ahead of time. Like that's the thing we have to get through our minds, is that it doesn't have to, like if you're snapping a selfie after you work out, that's going in your stories. You know, these are well thought out pictures. Like on a Sunday, I used to do this at work when I was working. On a Sunday, you can blast out like 5 pictures for the week and be done. A nice picture of your food, a nice picture of you like, you know, flexing or with your band, or when you're like just doing a selfie in the mirror or in a workout move, whatever. Make sure it's not in your basement. And then you could do a picture of just a face picture of yourself, and then a full body, or just maybe your legs. Like, I don't know if you want to go to Angie's, Mindy.
Good idea.
But she'll, like, for example, you can do one, like if you're not put together up here, you could just have like your slippers on with a nice cup of coffee, and you'll see Angie's. It's very much like there's a picture of her dog and her cup. Now, I want to show you guys something in this. See, this is something, she loves her dogs, we know that. And pink is her color. So again, that is something that you can bring into your pictures. Your picture should be nice and clear, but you could bring in a pop of color in places. Like my pop of color is green. I have it in a lot of places in my house. I love green. I love the color of plant, that color green. So that is what color is going to show up in a lot of my pictures. And you might have to place it there. So like if you're doing a picture, it maybe you have a green or a colored pillow behind you. So that pop just sneaks out. So when you're looking at someone's page, you see that pop of color, and it kind of is cohesive to your page. Okay. So taking pictures, not always your face. Has to be different parts of your body or full half face. Okay. Your formula should be different every day. And this is the cool thing about this. You only have to post once a day on your Instagram, or twice. Okay. If you want to do twice, that's fine. Once is totally fine. And then because you're going to fill your stories with things. So think of your Instagram page like a blog. Really, the picture you're going to put up there is going, and look at the red pops she has. See all the red? She has red pants. She has the red shirt in her hand. She has the red in the Mickey ears, and that's her feet. It doesn't mean that her face is probably not even made up. So you can do something like that. Her coffee cup, you know? Now, I know you're probably, and see her vibe, like her pictures are also a little grayer and darker. They're not really like that white, bright outside, clear, pictures. They're a little bit darkened because she uses the same filter on all of her pictures. But you have to think of it as a lifestyle blog. It is not Facebook. It's not a health and fitness Facebook thing. It is a blog that you're putting your best things on, your best pictures, it's almost like a magazine. Now, with that being said, this doesn't have to be perfection. Do you think Angie just started to do this and was like, dude, nailed it? No, it takes time. If you're not creative, it's okay. It's okay. I get a lot of ideas from Pinterest. I have a board. Mindy and I created a board just for this. And you just post ideas of outfits or ideas of food pictures or ideas of workout pictures, whatever. And then you replicate it. Do not use other people's stuff. Okay. And what I also want to say about this is you can create this ahead of time. So if you make all your pictures on Sunday night, you're done for the week posting on Instagram. You just have to post your stories. Like, how cool is that? And stories can be like real life. Now, stories can be like real life, but you don't want to be like every story you like in your bed, with no makeup on. Like, that's not relatable. You kind of want to be a normal person functioning in real life. If you're a stay-at-home mom, get yourself together. Like, I've been putting on makeup every day and it makes me feel good now. And I feel like, wow, like I'm a real person going out in the real world. So share about your job, share about your commute, share about like other things. Okay. And this is Andrea Crowder's. And look at her vibe is like the same color situation, the pinks and the whites and the blacks, that blush color. Same thing, guys, same thing. And these, like Andrea, I can say in the past, I would say 6 months, just dove into Instagram. So honestly, guys, she wasn't 100% on Instagram before. So this is like, she learned it, she mastered it, and she's applying it. And that's what you have to do. Well, I should say learn it, apply it, master. All right. So Mindy, you want to talk about like the apps?
Sure. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else that I should be showing as I talk? Can you think of another person for an example? But do you notice how it's like she said, it's not all just selfies of her face. Let me just go to mine real quick so I can show you how mine was, because I just started doing this. So you can see an example of what not to do. So this is when I started rebranding this picture and that picture. But like, let me just show you something. Okay, face, 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 body, feet, face, face. Okay, do you guys get it? So I was not intentional about my post whatsoever. And I look at all the different colors. This one's not the same color scheme as, you know what I'm saying? So it just didn't flow very well. And then up here, it starts to flow a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what we're talking about. So just being more intentional, like, like now it just would, I would not post another food picture or a quote picture after this. It's going to be like a full body instead of, you know what I'm saying? And then it would be something where I'm not in it, So I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think of another person. If you can think of another person, let me go to Tara's.
Go to me. I mean, it's not like I'm still working on it, but you could tell like the colors kind of.
Oh, see, it's already changing. So this picture was so cute. I loved it. So she talked about meal prepping, and she sent people to her stories to see the behind the scenes. That's where people really are going to connect with who you are, because they're seeing the real life you. Video connects people. This is why when I started making YouTube videos, I was scared to death. But then that's when my business started to really grow, is because people saw me, like Tara found me in a YouTube video and she was like, dude, okay, she's cool. She's down to earth. Could she have gotten that from a picture? Well, yeah, maybe a little bit, but not as much as from a video. So get the people on your page by your vibe on here so they see what you're about, but then they're going to start watching your stories, and that's when you can really build the relationship. Okay? So do you see her tone too? Like, Terry, you've been doing good for a while.
Yeah, but yeah, a little bit.
It's changed. So yeah, anyway, see her feet are just in it here, her face in it here. Okay. So you guys get the point. Okay, now let's talk about the app. So you're gonna have to write this down. Make sure, number one, that you're writing down the 5 things of what you're gonna be sharing every single day. Number 2, you're gonna create a formula. I'm gonna go back to Angie's because Angie's very good about the formula. I'm not saying that we're not all gonna share pictures like her, because most of us are moms, and not saying that nothing against her because she doesn't have kids, but you know what I mean? We're going to have more mom life sprinkled into ours. If you are a mom, if you're not a mom, more of like your dog can be in there if you have a dog, or you and your girlfriends or whatever. Okay. So anyways, number 2, you're going to have your formula. So it's going to be full body, you with just some, not you in it. One with you and your friends, maybe then you go back to where you're not in it. Then you could do a mom life one, then a full body. So figure out what your formula is going to be. You do not have to do any of this. Actually, I'm going to go to Nikki Whiting right now, and then I'm going to talk about the apps as you guys are watching this, because she has the quotes too. So see, it's a full body, quote, face, mom life, full body, quote. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to, and don't think, oh my God, today's a quote and I don't have a quote. Oh my God, I posted 2 full bodies in a row. It doesn't have to be perfect, but at least you have a formula in place. So you get it, And she if you go to her, if you're on your phone right now and you go to her actual Instagram page, she has really branded her highlighted stories. So there's something called highlights right here. They're little circles. So she's really good on Instagram stories, and so is Andrea. Obviously, they're representing their brand, so don't try to copy them if that's not you. Just get ideas from them. Also, Bonnie, is it Engel? Is that how you say her last name?
Yeah.
Think so? Engel? Okay, so she's also really good on stories in her Instagram page, and she gets a lot of business from there as well. Anyways, so then you can have highlighted stories, and she actually made cover photos for those and all this, and it's so easy to do. Okay, let me talk about apps. So you're going to have your brainstorm your brand, figure out your formula, plan your pictures, take a little more time to stage them. Number 4, so that was number 3. Number 4, you're going to create a Pinterest board, and you're going to make it secret so no one can see it. You can have a board on Pinterest that makes it secret. Find different pictures on Pinterest, on Instagram, whatever, and then just find whatever speaks to you, and then you recreate them. Number 5 is the apps. Okay. So one of the apps that you can use is called Shapeseed. Or wait, let me make sure that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. I gotta look on my phone. Or Snapseed. I'm sorry, Snapseed. And it's owned by Google. And so what I use this one for is I'll click once you have it, you get your picture uploaded on there, whatever you've already taken your picture, you've already staged it, whatever you're going to do, you're going to open it, and then you're going to go to Tools, and then you're going to click Tune Image. Okay, so Snapseed, upload your picture, click Tune Image, Tools. Then you're going to click Tune Image, and then you can change the brightness here. You can change the ambiance, and sometimes you'll want it lower or higher depending on the picture that you're taking. It's always different. That's usually all I'll use this for, and then I export it on my phone. Okay, you got that? Snapseed, adjust brightness or ambiance. It's going to be confusing at first. You have to play with it. Me and Tara made a couple of pictures. We threw them out. So you're probably not going to use the first picture you edit. You need to play with it to figure out what looks good. Ask your best friend. That's what we did for each other. Ask people what does this look okay? Whatever. Ask your sister or somebody. Okay. Then the next thing is called the next app is called Facetune 2. Facetune 2. And what you can do here is you can actually, if you take one where it's like Nikki, I don't know this, Nikki, so please forgive me if you didn't, but she may have on this closer up picture, maybe she smoothed any, for example, right now I have a zit on my chin. So when I took a picture the other day, I had to smooth that area out to fix a blemish. So if you have anything that needs to be fixed on your face, you just open it up and you go to retouch. There's going to be a retouch button on the bottom part of your screen, and you're going to click smooth, and you can just smooth that area of your skin. Now, if you have a picture like, let me see, a picture like maybe this one, she could have used it. I don't know what she uses. Okay. So I don't want to say speaking for her, not, but let's just say, well, I can go to mine where I smoothed out my walls. So like right here I have like, my walls look darker in the picture that I took the other day. So there's a feature on here that's whitening. Now that's to whiten your teeth. I don't recommend whitening your teeth, brightening your eyes, over smoothing your skin. You want to just look like you, but of course, if you have any blemish or something you want to cover up, by all means do that, or smooth any fine lines, whatever. But like, don't overdo it, because then it just looks fake and people will be able to tell that you're overusing an app to, you know what I'm saying? But now whitening, I would never use it on my teeth, but what I'll do is I'll whiten the background a little bit. So these walls I could whiten, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I can kind of show you. Okay, so that's another thing you can do. I'm trying to think of what else.
I love that.
That's usually all.
I love that
whitening.
Yeah, because if you put a filter on it, guys, like sometimes like it will bring out your color and it'll be beautiful, but then your walls turn like a brown yellow, and that just is awful. So it's easy to use.
Right. And so all you do is I brought this picture up on Facetune, and in the background here, because of the filter, made it turn a little bit, the walls look a little bit different. So I started, I just took my finger and I whitened the wall. Does that make sense to you guys? So you'll see it when you play with it. This rug down here is like more of a yellowy type rug. It's like an all organic type thing. Whatever, you guys don't care. But anyways, so I couldn't get bright white. I had to get this, it has more of like a yellowy. But what I could do is I can just whiten it with my finger if I had like a stage photo with like my feet in it, which I would never put feet. I would have to have shoes on or socks, because I cannot stand feet on Instagram. I will unfollow you if you post your feet on Instagram. I'm weird. I can't stand feet. But anyways, if I had like one with my legs in it, with my Nikes or like socks on or something like Angie does, I would just whiten the rug so it doesn't have that yellowy tone. But it's completely up to you. So that's just an option to use on that. Now the next app I'm going to talk to you about is called VSCO. I don't know how to pronounce it. Do you, Tara? Vasco Cam? Visco Cam? I think it's Visco.
Visco, I think, yeah.
Okay, so Visco Cam. So you're going to upload so you did the ambiance and brightening in the Snapseed. Then you fixed any imperfections on your face, like a blemish that need to be covered up or whatever. Fix that up. You whitened anything in the background, in your background of your picture that needs to be whitened. Now you're going to upload it to Visco Cam. Now you're going to play with this. You're going to open up your photo, upload the photo. Then you're going to click the bottom where you edit. It's like the little line thing. And there's so many different numbers of apps. It's like FP4, whatever. I'll tell you the ones that a lot of people will use. The one that Angie uses is A5. So if you want a little more of that darker vibe, like probably I would say Nikki probably uses one. I don't know if I don't know what the apps she uses, but I would guess it was more of like an A5 vibe. But then when you click A5 or A6 or C2 or whatever you pick, it doesn't matter which one you pick, you click it, then you click it again, and you can actually bring it down so it's not so much A5. Because when you do A5, it's going to be all the way to the, plus 12. So you take it, once you click it twice, you can take it and bring it down so it's just a little bit of A5. You could do like between 2.5, 6, maybe be your happy medium. Like you'll play with it and figure out what yours is. Mine, I never go over 6 on the A5. Another one that Angie recommended, if you want, people love the black and white too. So maybe your vibe is that you're going to do all black and white pictures. And I wish I knew this girl. There's this girl that I follow that has all yoga pictures online on Instagram. And she She does all black and white, and it's so beautiful. I don't know which one she picks, but there's tons of black and white ones here that you can pick from. But another one Angie recommends, if you have the more brighter vibe, you want that more Jen Richardson, I feel like, has that more light, bright, natural lighting type of thing. That would probably be C2.
Mm-hmm.
And you can bring down C2 again and do like C2 at a +6. So it's not super overwhelmingly bright, because you don't want your face to get washed out by any of the filters if you are doing one for your face. So that's just something you could do. It now, let's just say you're doing a full body one. You would click the little editing button at the bottom of ViscoCam again, and you can do the exposure, the contrast, sharpening. That when you do sharpening, you can make it more, just everything in your picture looks more sharp, obviously. The clarity one makes everything a little more clear and sharp as well. So you could do that, especially when you're doing a full body and you want maybe like your muscles to pop a little bit more. You know, you guys can play with it how you want it. Just make sure whatever you pick, that it's all kind of the same. So once you have your formula figured out on what you're going to use, you're like, okay, I go into Snapseed and I'm going to play with the ambiance. Then I'm going to do Facetune, quickly do this, lighten anything in the background. Then I'm going to ViscoCam, and I know I love A5 at a +6. I'll play with that a little bit. Then I'm going to up the exposure a little bit, maybe up the brightness just a tad, do the sharpness and tint and whatever. And it's going to be like less than 5 minutes and you're done editing. Okay, so the thing I think would take the most time is probably going to be taking the pictures. Now, I'll be honest, you're going to take probably, you know, Angie takes like 50 pictures of like the same type of picture. And then she goes through them before she starts editing, and she just hearts on her iPhone. You can just like pick your favorites by just hearting the pictures. She hearts her favorite ones that look the best. And then she goes through the favorites and picks the one she likes the best. So top 3, and then she picks the top 1 and then starts editing that. Okay. So that's kind of how you do the editing. Now, the last app I'm going to talk to you about, and then Tara's going to close this up, you guys, it's called Planoly. I think that's what it's called. It's Planoly. This app, what it does, it kind of signs into your Instagram, or it does sign into your Instagram, and it pulls up your Instagram. So what you can do is you can click add and go to your picture that you have edited, pick that picture, okay, and then add it to your feed, and then you can come back later. So let's just say you did all your pictures on Sunday, because you know you need a full body one, you need a selfie, maybe close up, you need a mom life one, you need 2 where you're not in it, maybe a quote, whatever it is your formula is. You can get those all done, honestly, in one day if you felt like it, or if you like to do them day to day. Obviously, plan your day accordingly, because you wake up, you're like, okay, I'm going to get my workout in early so I can take a shower because I'm going to have to do my makeup today because it's a face one today. You can do that as well. Totally up to you. But now what you do, say you take them all on Sunday, you can just upload them all and see what that looks like. So maybe you're like, oh, you know what? That quote one doesn't look good next to that one. I'm actually going to delete that and move this one there, the one full body one there, and do the quote one after that. So you actually get to see it before it's uploaded on your feed. This will not upload it to your Instagram feed until you actually say post it. But you can schedule it. So let's just say I have one here that hasn't been uploaded yet. And let's just say I said, you can schedule them. So let's just say I schedule at Thursday. I'm going to be at Disney World this next week. So I'm going to take all my pictures for next week, a lot of them now, and then I'll schedule them for next week. And then I get a notification saying your post is ready to go out. So then I just open up the app and then click post. So I can write the caption, take the picture, upload the picture, everything before I even leave for Florida next week. Do you get what I'm saying, you guys? Now, the other thing is you can have all your hashtags groups. So this is another thing. Remember when Tara said to go watch Jen Richardson's video in the Beachbody Champions page, because it's very good. It's an Instagram training. Write that down as your homework, because we're not going to go over hashtags today. This is more about branding and all of that. But you can actually go to that and watch it, and she'll teach you how to figure out what the best hashtags are or I shouldn't say that, how to figure out what the best hashtags are for your brand. But don't watch her video until you figured out what your 5 things are going to be. Because once you know that, and then you watch Jen's video, it's going to be easy peasy. You're going to go to Google and say, top hashtags for Disney World, top hashtags for autism, top hashtags for natural remedies, top hashtags for organic eating, top hashtags for mom life, top hashtags for interior decorating. Whatever it is for you, whatever that is for you, you're going to be able to find those and then write down and create some groups. You can create like your go-to group, the one that has like everything all in one, like has all 5 of your topics all in one group. So it's some Disney, some mom life, some natural remedies, some organic eating, some autism, yada, 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 right? And it has some of those things all in the 35, I think it's 35 that you're allowed to have. But Planoly or whatever it's called, this app, it'll tell you how many it'll say you have 2 left, you have 1 left, so you'll know. And then you click save and you can name that category as go-to hashtags. And then you can also create like other ones like, okay, this is going to be my category with hashtags all about mom life. This is going to be all Disney hashtags. So you can pick then before you post, which group do I want to use for this post? Okay. So that's how you do that. Now, Tara, so that's all the apps. That's all the tips that I have for that. Now, Tara's going to close us out with some other tips about posting.
Okay. Wow, that was a lot. So you might be like, holy moly, that's a lot. But I'm telling you guys, we worked on it this weekend and we were kind of just playing with it. And you are going to be surprised at how excited you get. Think of it like a project. It's a project. You're in training, you're in school for your business. And it's a project to kind of be your creative self that you may have never been, or never been able to be. So it's really fun to dive into that. I would definitely also recommend what Mindy said about that last app. What is it called? I'm on it right now. Planoly, is that what it is? So Planoly, I've been using it. And when I upload my picture on here, I'm like, wow, it would be a nice food picture, but it doesn't look good with what I have going on. So it's really great to use. And then I just take it down and it's like really good that I don't have to really put it on Instagram. So I would definitely recommend diving into this. And you guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, you don't have to think, oh my gosh, I don't even have clothes like that. Or I don't even have, you're going to be yourself. Create your 5 things. Be a student of Instagram right now in your business. Learn it. Start applying. If you see cool pictures that are with your vibe and maybe your colors, take a picture of it. You don't have to use it right away. The cool thing about this is that I love is that you're planning ahead. That's what this business is. You own your own business. You should be able to plan ahead. And if you can't, then you have to create business hours and manage your time. The stories that go on behind the scenes, if you're a working parent or if you're really busy, think of it as in 3s. This is what I tell my coaches. Like your morning routine, I would always document that because people want to see if you're showing up and if you have any value to offer. So I always share my morning routine and then like a batch of stories midday and then one later in the day. So like one batch of stories can be personal development. The other would be another area that you is your top 5. And the other would be another area of your top 5. Okay. Don't think you have to be on your phone all day. This makes it where you have to plan ahead and you have to really, showcase what you're all about. That's the cool thing about this. Be different. There are so many people that are into different things. If you're a music teacher or singer, that would be one of your things. That would be one of your things, whether you show yourself going to see different bands or like a band cover, like be really vintage about it or whatever. There's really creative avenues. Use Pinterest, type it in there. And the best thing, the post that you guys are going to create, you can use on Facebook. Like, how awesome is that? If you have a like page, you can post the same stuff on your like page or on your regular page at different times. That's what I do. I don't post them directly at the same time. I post them on maybe different days or different times, whatever. But I think it's really, really, really important to do. And I think that's it. I mean, you want to share one more thing?
Yeah, is that cool? Just real quick, you guys, after Tara said that, I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. Can you see this, Tara?
Yeah. Oh, I love her.
Look at this one. It's Fit, just so you want to go, you guys can look it up on your phone. It's Fit Rocker Chick. This is so good. I'm so happy that I shared this before we got off, and I hope that you guys will look at this vibe she has.
Look at really her colors.
The colors are great. It's very, like she said, look at this. I love her so much. She just has her own vibe. She isn't trying to be like anybody else. And dude, this girl can sing too.
So would you think she's like a Beachbody coach? No.
No, not at all. Look at it. It's just awesome. So you guys can go stalk some people. This is what Beachbody can. And these people are my friends, and I look at them and I'm like, oh my God, I love them. Now, if I was a newer coach and I was like, oh my God, I could just never be this. I could never do this. But this works for Lindsay. And this is actually who Lindsay is. I am good friends with Lindsay, and this is who she is. You know, her Instagram's just exactly representing her. But just because it wouldn't be me, that would have discouraged me back in the day. But now you guys know you don't have to be Lindsay. If you're not like Lindsay Matway, don't try to be like Lindsay Matway. The ones that we're sharing with you, if you don't vibe with them, find people who you do. Like Fit Rocker Chick, she could have looked at the top 10 and said, well, they're all blonde and they're all doing this and they all have that light color to their pictures and they're this and they're that. But dude, she just did her own thing. Okay? So that's what we'll end with. We just want to encourage you to do your own thing. Be you at your best. Shalene Johnson always says that. Just be the best version of you, your polished self, and act like you have 100,000 followers. This is your business. I don't care if you're a new coach and you've joined in the last 24 hours, or if you've been a coach for 8 years like me. The point is that you have a platform now, and you're an entrepreneur now, and you are the CEO of your own business. And we need to act like that and take it seriously and be more intentional with what we're sharing and adding. And that's what people want. I'm sorry to say, but they want to get value from you, and they want you to make them feel special. So if you just love on your followers, whether you have 5 or 5,000 or 50,000, it doesn't matter. Love on them, ask them questions, be engaging, create a community, and post as if it's like your storefront, your blog, lifestyle, everything about you. Okay, so we're going to end it there. Please share this with your downline. Please, 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 because this Instagram is very easy to create a business on. I don't want to ever say easy, but it's very doable, whether you're a new coach or Tara Bialek. You know what I'm saying? So share this training. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week with Janelle Summers will be our guest speaker. Accountability page, and we'll talk to you there. All right, bye, guys.